Hello guys, and welcome back to some more British Army Mong moments, and in today's video we are checking out Officer Bill and his absolutely ridiculous weapons handling drills. Let's take a look.
Bill Cunningham, he's the one who's the favourite uncle of John Wilson's little girls.
Bill Cunningham, the absolute weirdo who has some weird obsession with someone else's children and stares at them very randomly when they're eating their dinner.
He's very friendly with Captain John Wilson and his family.
Is he eating all your food?
Is a senior captain with years of Northern Ireland experience behind him.
I have to admit, I do have a lot of respect for those who did serve in Northern Ireland. Unfortunately, I was never able to. Maybe that's a good thing, because I heard, it is a very difficult tour to go on to. But for those of you who did serve in Northern Ireland that are watching this video, my hat goes off to you. It's one of those tours for the British Army that's kind of not put in the spotlight and kind of forgotten about a little bit. But in terms of this officer, let's be honest, most of the time he's either going to be sat in the Land Rover command post or back at camp giving radio orders, so really not going to be on the front line with the rest of the boys getting their asses blown off by the IRA.
Fancy a cup of coffee, sir?
Wouldn't mind. Oh, but hang on a minute, and Captain Wilson can have one too.
Not one of our more exciting nights, eh, sir?
Say that again. Seems to go on forever when there's nothing doing.
When there's nothing doing? I thought officers were supposed to be educated. What kind of English is that, when nothing is doing?
You feel a bit more tired too, I reckon.
Yeah.
Morning all. How's the drag stag this lovely cold wet Irish morning?
Why are you always so horribly cheerful?
Why are you always so cheerful? Well, probably because the guy is so sick to death of hanging around with you, he has to try and make himself cheerful as much as possible, hanging around with a boring twat like yourself.
I don't know, just can't help myself, I suppose.
Can we have that coffee now, come on?
Right, sir.
And please note, I'm half an hour early again. Don't say I don't look after my mates.
Yeah, thanks, Johnny. Much appreciated.
Jesus, now I know this video is absolute bullshit. He said he is half an hour early. That's near impossible for an officer to achieve in any time of his military career. And did he just say mates? I look after my mates? Buddy, you're an officer. You don't ever say mates. It's awkward and it just doesn't work.
Well, the handover will only take a minute or two.
So the handing over of a guard room in Northern Ireland will take 1 to 2 minutes. Are you fucking insane?
Oh, it was a deadly quiet night. Only sit reps and the like. Bumps in the tray.
Oh, how hard it must have been being on guard duty for 12 hours, being so sleepy, compared to people who have to do guard duties in environments like this.
Now my favourite girls.
This guy is so freaking creepy when it comes to asking his buddy about his little girls. Like, it's just so awkward. Like, you may be an uncle, but, like, it's just really odd the way he keeps interacting with these kids as if they're his own. It's just really awkward. Ugh, it's cringy.
Oh, fine. Looking forward to the birthday party, of course.
Yeah, I'll bet. Only wish I could join you.
The other guy's probably thinking, thank God you can't make it. I can actually just enjoy some time with my kids without you trying to creep on them all the time and trying to bang his wife.
Now then, before I get the hell out of here, all I've got to do is reassemble my pop gun.
Reassemble your what? Pot gun? The hell's he talking about? What you meant to say is reassemble one of the most reliable and renowned sidearms for the British Army that's actually worked when you need it to. Ha! He's forgotten how to put it back together, the absolute muppet.
You know, I used to be able to do this in 30 seconds when I was a subaltern.
Sure you could, buddy. As an officer, it probably took you 30 seconds just to find the magazine release catch on it.
Long time ago.
Huh, you can talk. Anyway, I haven't been issued with a pistol for years.
That's because you're not bloody trusted, you frickin' Rupert.
It's all coming back to me now, though. It's like riding a bike. You never forget.
What was that you said about doing it in 30 seconds?
Yeah, all right. Hang on. Nearly there.
He's got some serious concentration tongue going on there. That's normally what my cat does when she's finished licking her own butt. She leaves her tongue stuck out.
Now, put the mag in.
Say what?
Put the mag in. Release the working parts. Squeeze off the action.
It's supposed to be a 9mm, not a 50 cal. Look at the freaking dive he took.
Jesus Christ.
My favourite part about this scene is how the officer is in complete panic mode, but the NCO in the background's like, yeah, kinda expected this was probably going to happen at some point during this guard duty, you absolute mong!
Get a stretcher.
Once again, just like my last video, officers not having a clue what to do in a medical emergency. Yes, so go and get the stretcher, the thing we need to carry the casualty out of the room. Don't maybe call for an ambulance or call for help, or maybe grab a first aid kit or a first field dressing. Budget must have been tight for this one. They're using ketchup for blood. He must absolutely love ketchup to have them squirt ketchup all in his mouth like that and let it just dribble out.
Will Daddy be coming home to help Isabel blow out her candle?
No, because your creepy uncle has just shot your dad with a 9mm Browning because he has no idea how to do weapon handling. And I'm sorry, but this little girl really does kind of creep me out. It's almost like I said before in my previous video. She looks like a Children of the Corn.
Yes, he's promised.
Way to go, Dad, breaking your promises by getting shot. God.
But what caused Bill Cunningham's unthinking moment? Why did this accident happen? Why is easy.
Because he's a Mong.
Because in his unthinking moment, he got the drills the wrong way round. Most importantly, he used a loaded magazine instead of an empty one.
Only a Mong would not know the difference between a loaded magazine and an unloaded magazine. A loaded magazine, for one, weighs twice the weight of an empty one, and you can see the bright, brass-looking round on top of a black magazine. I don't care how tired you are, to put a loaded magazine into a firearm and then allow the working parts to go forward is just the biggest Mong thing to do.
And fitted it to the weapon when the working parts were to the rear. But why did he forget? Because he was tired and hadn't handled a 9mm Browning for a long time.
Whoa. But hold on. At the beginning of the video, it said that he was a seasoned and well-experienced officer in Northern Ireland, and most officers in Northern Ireland would carry a sidearm, normally the Browning 9mm. So how would he not know how to utilize his firearm? I call bullshit.
In the tray.
So why was he trying to do it quickly? Because his friend, who wasn't thinking either...
This narrator's fucking brutal. Just throwing the guy under the bus who's just been shot by his buddy, even though it's his incompetence that killed him, or really injured him. I don't quite believe that because he said he could do it in 30 seconds was the reason as to why he got shot. It wasn't really a stupid move, and for the guy to then act upon trying to do it in 30 seconds is going to make him even more of a Mong. So I'm sorry, narrator, I will have to disagree with you on that one.
Challenged him to do it in 30 seconds. The lesson that Bill Cunningham will never forget now is always relearn the drills if you haven't handled a particular weapon for a long time.
Bill Cunningham is going to learn his lesson in prison because he has just done a negligent discharge on his buddy and probably either killed him or really hurt him. So he's got a lot of time to think and learn about his issue either in military prison or civilian prison. Good luck, Bill. Good luck, buddy.
And never, whatever the provocation, try and beat the clock.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed today's video. It's something a little different once again. We've got one more of the bills to go through. We've gone through Bill 1, this is Bill 2, we've got Bill 3 still to go. And I don't know, this video kind of made me chuckle. I mean, it's kind of one of those situations that could quite easily happen. But I mean, really, it's very rare that you ever hear of these instances in the British Army. I mean, a lot of instances tend to happen when you're doing live firing exercises and such. There's a lot more stress and chaos going on than there is in a guard room in Northern Ireland, just taking it easy. For him to put a loaded magazine into that Browning is just absolutely ridiculous, and yeah, clearly a Mong moment. That's why I really think they should sort of rename these videos at basic and remake them into sort of more of a fun parody that kind of gets the soldiers thinking a little bit more in terms of, you know, this is actually funny but also has a serious, you know, concept to it, whereas this is just trying to be serious but is funny. But I don't know, I see the point. You know, at the end of the day, these videos are to protect lives and to save lives, but I really think, one, they need to update them, because these are well out of date, and I honestly think that firearms aren't really the main cause of concern or issue for when having Mong moments in the British Army, because there are a lot of situations that you don't quite think about that are just as dangerous. For instance, drinking. You know, I've known so many people in the British Army who have died from being left after a night of drinking on their bed to sleep it off, waking up in the morning they've choked to death on their tongue or choked to death on their vomit and such, and things like that. I think especially in today's society, modern society of, you know, binge drinking and such. I've been there, we've all been there in the British Army. Something to think about, and I think firearms is, you know, inherently something that we need to be careful of in the British Army, but I think there's a culture that the British Army has that is very key and apparent, which is drinking, and I know that I've known a lot more people who have been killed due to incidents like that than it is to, say, being taken out by a Browning in the guard room. But yeah, these videos are kind of interesting, and I'm going to keep trying to find more of these kind of training videos because I find them really funny. But yes, they do have a serious point to them, and I just hope that nothing like this really happens to anyone who is watching this video. And just to, you know, guys, if you are joining the British Army, just be smart, have some common sense, and don't be a Mong. Anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe. Please leave a like and a comment. All the best, and bye-bye.